Hey everybody, this is JP Hunt with Inksoft, and in this video, I want to expose the powerful and free marketing resource that is called Google My Business. It's amazing how few print entrepreneurs take full advantage of all the tools that are available through Google My Business. And so today in this video, I'm going to expose you to the tips and tricks and the things you need to know about this free and very powerful marketing tool. All right, so let's first set the stage in the context of why you ought to pay attention to your Google My Business profile. So I heard a podcast the other day and wrote this down because it was so simple yet so clear. So here's the quote that I had heard. All purchases start with search. It's pretty hard to argue against that point, right? I, as a consumer, if I need a local merchant or business, I'm going to use a search engine to connect with the possible merchants in my area. In fact, Google's done such a great job of this where they'll even showcase businesses on a map. So you can make an assessment of who do you want to interact with based on a map perspective and based on other perspectives. And this is where Google My Business really comes in. So let's take that one step further. And I would argue that all local purchases start with search. So really if we were to reduce this, local search is critical to your business, right? All right, so let's jump in. What the heck is Google My Business? Let's get that established first and foremost. So according to Google, Google My Business is the ability to engage with customers on Google for free. So it easily allows your customers to connect with you on search and on Google Maps. And there's much more to it. And again, I'm going to expose all of those things to you today. All right, so let's jump in, and on screen here's an example of a search that I did for Little Miss Barbecue, or I could have typed in barbecue Tempe, Arizona. So again, as a consumer, if I'm looking for a local vendor, merchant, services, products in a local area, well, I'm going to go ahead and type that into a search engine, right? Now, you'll see on the right-hand side, this is a Google My Business profile. This happens to be for Little Miss Barbecue. So let's take a look at the architecture of this, and then we'll get into the actual admin tools and area that is Google My Business. So first and foremost, you'll see at the very top, visual. You as a business operator, once you claim your Google My Business profile, you can upload photos and video. So it's a great way to communicate visually and showcase your products and services. I just recently did an Inksoft Sell More Merch podcast where we talked about operational transparency, which is a way to invite your customers behind the scenes to see the labor, the love, the care, the effort that goes in to creating custom printed products. This is a great place to showcase that content that you're producing all the time. This is also a place to display your place of business, so map perspective. You also can establish your contact info, so website, directions to your facility, a description of your business. You can choose a business category, hours of operation. Your customers and your prospective customers can actually create a Q&A. So they have the ability to answer questions and pose questions to other consumers. So they can actually sort of in a community basis interact with your business. And of course, other information displays here. So popular times, of course, if you're a restaurant or a bar, that might be relevant. For your business, that's likely not going to display since people aren't going to be checking in and maybe posting reviews from your place of business. But for a restaurant, that might be more relevant. Of course, reviews will display here. You want to encourage your customers to review your business, which helps to establish credibility. So you can see all of that information displays on this panel on the right-hand side. So let's jump in now to establishing your Google My Business account. So of course, if you go to google.com/business or just do a Google search for Google My Business, you'll end up at this destination where you have the ability to sign in the event that you already have a Google account, like a Gmail account. And of course, you can click Manage Now in the event you've already set up or established your Google My Business profile. Now, the first action I would recommend after setting up your account, I want to point out that there is a verification process, and there's 3 ways in which Google can verify that you are in fact the owner of the business and you're claiming your profile. And this is a way to protect you from your competitor or some nefarious party from claiming your profile. So first and foremost, you may receive a postcard with a PIN number that you'll use to validate. And that generally is going to happen if maybe you have a new retail business, you're not well established on Google. In other cases, if you have some other Google properties like you've used Google Webmaster Tools or others, if Google finds that you're established, they may send you a text message to validate, or they may do an automated phone call for you to validate. So it just matters It's basically contingent upon your profile that might already exist with Google or not. So worst case scenario, you might wait a few days, maybe a week to get that postcard. So first step is just to claim your profile and verify. Now here's the next tip I'd recommend is download the app, which is going to allow you to take a photo and post a photo directly to your Google My Business profile. So super quick and easy way to interact and engage. And plus, if it's on your device, it's probably a reminder that you have a profile, that you need to make sure that you're applying content and being mindful of it. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to actually sign in now to the Inksoft Google My Business profile. We'll take a look at the tools that are available for you to manage your profile. All right, so here we are in the Inksoft account. And so let's take a look at the navigation on the left-hand side, and we'll talk about some of the key features that are available in Google My Business. So a new feature, and this has been out for a little bit of time, but this is certainly new, is posts. And this is effectively the ability to create what is effectively a sort of a blog posting. So a micro blog post that's associated and affiliated with your Google My Business profile. So at the very top, you'll notice there's 4 key actions here. You can add and update just general information. So maybe you want to promote your recent podcast or a blog posting. You can add an event. So this is the ability to put a time and a date and a location associated with your event. You also have the ability to add an offer. So this is a great way to put a promotion, maybe an inducement. So you can call out the name of the offer. You can upload, of course, an image to represent. And you also have the ability to establish a product. Maybe you want to promote a popular product that has major impact in your local market. Maybe you're doing a fundraising event for a local organization. So be mindful that, again, your Google My Business is your business profile that largely is going to connect with your local market. So when you're posting content, be mindful to have relevant content that's going to connect with your local market. Be mindful not to overuse offers and products. Promote your events. Maybe you're doing a live printing event at a specific school or whatever it might be. So make sure to mix up the content and have it relevant to your local market. So again, you can see all the content that we've posted. And again, this is just cross-promoting other activities that we're using, social media channels to promote, cross-promote. So with that said, that's posts. You'll notice info, and this is where you're going to establish all of your key business information. So the category of business that you compete in, your address, your hours of operation. You can even post things like holiday dates. So maybe you're off on Memorial Day and you want to communicate that to your customers. So all this key information here, contact information, a description of your business, when you were founded. And again, you can add photos. So a lot of key information here. You also notice on the right-hand side, this is pretty crazy, but Google is experimenting with some new technology called Google Assistant, which in the future will allow maybe an Android user or somebody that's using the Google Assistant app to effectively use a voice command to take action. So imagine this, if I want to schedule a barber appointment, I could use Google Assistant to say, hey, Google, schedule a barber appointment at 4 o'clock on Friday at Trim Barbershop, Tempe, Arizona. And Google Assistant, through AI, will automatically call and request an appointment and confirm with you. Pretty crazy, right? So you actually have the ability to disable or enable Google Assistant calls. I think this in the future is going to become more of an important consideration. Now, as we move our way down, you have insights, which is basically just analytics. So you can gauge how many people are searching for you, just key insights, what keywords people might be using, some valuable insights that you could maybe reflect in your marketing activities. Reviews, of course, you want to encourage your customers to post reviews. Great way to build, credibility, legitimacy by having your customers, share their feedback. You also notice messaging. This is the ability for you to connect, a mobile number, and you can allow your customers to submit messages directly from your profile. You can enable that on or off. Of course, you can upload photos. So this is a great place to, again, upload content that you want to use to interact with your local market, to, again, establish credibility, give insights into your business. Definitely tune in and subscribe to the Inksoft Sell More Merch podcast and check out Operational Transparency, which is a powerful marketing technique that you have access to compared to other, manufacturers. Now, another cool feature, if you do not have a business website, there's no more excuses, because if you click website, you can actually configure a basic website through Google My Business, and this is free. So you can choose a template, you can edit the content here, it's kind of a WYSIWYG editor. Your posts, will display. This is very basic and it's non-transactional. It's basically just going to be some information. It's not going to be e-commerce enabled or provide value beyond that. But if you don't already have a website, shame on you. But this could be your first step into actually having a professional, semi-professional web presence. It's a good first step and it's super easy. So that's a free resource available, again, through Google My Business. Now, users, this is where you can invite your team members and give them permission. So a contributor, maybe a marketing manager, maybe you want to have your team members have the ability to post content and interact here. It's a great opportunity to invite key team members and give them permissions. Now, you also notice create an ad. This is access to Google AdWords Express, which is a simplified version, in fact, radically simplified version of Google AdWords, which allows you as a local merchant vendor to do targeted pay-per-click ads. So, of course, that's a whole separate topic, and we're actually going to invite in our partner who manages all of our pay-per-click, Jordan at Site Traffic Control. He's actually going to participate in one of our Sell More Merch podcasts, and we're going to bring in a lot of expertise and insights into what you need to know about pay-per-click. So again, another reason to subscribe to the Inksoft Sell More Merch podcast, to be automatically subscribed to get those future podcasts. But nonetheless, if you click create an ad, it's a very simple step-by-step workflow to creating an ad to target folks that are looking for products and services in your local market. So certainly take full advantage of that, do some experimentation. It couldn't be easier through Google AdWords Express. Now, in the event that you have multiple locations, on the left-hand side, you can add and manage multiple locations. So Inksoft, we used to have 2 offices, one in Tempe, Arizona, one in Albuquerque. We've now consolidated to 1. So again, it allows you to manage multiple locations. So with that said, this has kind of just been a quick overview of Google My Business. As you can see, it's super simple. It's free. It's a powerful way to connect with folks in your local market. And so in terms of benefits, we'll do a quick recap. Why should you take advantage of this aside from it being free? Well, Google in their search rankings and their search signals will consider this content. They don't say specifically what, but if you're providing more insights into your business through hours of operation and through reviews and through content, well, that's factored into the search algorithm. So make sure to take advantage of this because it will enhance your local and organic search ranking results. It's highly visual. Again, if you're posting videos and photo, you are creating custom, unique product. Showcase that. A lot of manufacturers and local businesses don't have that luxury. So think if I'm a commercial plumber, there's not much I can showcase that's exciting in terms of, industrial commercial plumbing, right? But the fact that you're creating highly visual custom products, well, there's a lot of value there, so showcase it. Now, at the same time, if you are taking advantage of all the tools and resources here and your competitors aren't, well, that's a competitive advantage. So I can imagine if you survey your local market, I would say, I'm not going to give a percentage, but again, it's pretty remarkable how few businesses in general are taking advantage of their profile. Google automatically establishes some content, but not all of the content, as you can see. So I think that's generally about it. Make sure to establish your profile. That's the first action. Verify, download the mobile app so you have a simple way to connect with your business profile, and be consistent with content. You should be taking full advantage of posts to talk about the important things that, again, are going to resonate and influence folks that are looking for, again, local service providers like yourself. So, hey, if you want to hear any other marketing tips or if you're struggling with something, I would love to hear from you. So make sure to zap an email to jp@inksoft.com. Share insights into your experience with Google My Business. Ask any questions. And again, that will influence the content we produce on an ongoing basis. And again, for the third time, I'm going to remind you, go subscribe on your favorite podcast app or platform to the Inksoft Sell More Merch podcast. And that's typically where we're furnishing a lot of marketing insights that relate to sales and marketing in general. Well, thanks for tuning in and look forward to our next video together.